I'm gonna hopefully do a quick video on, just kind of reverse aging. Um, just about will it happen, and if it happens, will there be sort of a limit to uh, how far you can reverse age? Right. So bear with me. It's a strange topic to talk about. I understand that. But what I mean by reverse aging, I don't mean like, if you can see here, I've got these fucking horrible lines, and oh, I'm going bald, and there's probably creams to, kind of put the hair back and creams to smooth these out. But that doesn't actually reverse my age. It reverses like a certain aspect of my age, I guess, but I don't think it's really possible to reverse this entirely. I'm not sure. I don't know completely. I know it is possible to reverse some of this hair follicle loss, and I can plant hair if I really want. I'm digressing though. I mean, actually, physically reversing age. Obviously, at 87, I'm still going to have had 87 years of experience of living. But I don't mean just the visual aspect. I mean, sort of like all the things you've built up over the years, broken bones, all of this. Imagine it all kind of going back to being, let's say, 20 or whatever, right? Now, the first question is, will this be a thing in the future? Do you believe this will be a thing in the future? I do, but I don't know to what extent it'll be a thing in the future. I think we'll get quite far with stem cell technology, probably nanotechnology, and then maybe it won't be nanotechnology, maybe it'll be pico technology, maybe it'll have to be a hell of a lot smaller before we can manipulate things like this. Although people are looking into a few different chemicals, I think, and getting insights, but we'll see how that develops. Personally, I believe it is possible to reverse aging in the sense of the physical appearance, and the physical being, the sort of the healthiness that you are. Like, you could reverse all your problems and have perfect cells within your body, rather than the cells that become damaged over time, and all the little aches and cracks that you get as you age. I believe that we'll actually be able to reverse aging completely, to 1 year old, to basically whatever age possible. I don't think this will be a thing in my lifetime, and it's not a thing I understand. It's just I have quite a lot of faith in technology and the future of humanity based on, just the speed of progression in the last 20 years of technology, and the last 200 or 300 years of technological progression have been crazy, to be honest. Anyways, so that's my answer to the first question. Do I think it will happen, or do I think it will have the capability? Give me your answer in the comments, or don't. I don't really give a shit that much. And the second question is, will there be a limit? Now, what I mean to will there be a limit is, it's obviously a twofold question. Is there a limit to how far it can go in terms of, can I reverse myself to being a fetus? I think there will be a limit for a long time, because there'll just be a, scientific limit. I don't know, I know it sounds crazy now to listen to, but I think once we start manipulating physics a lot more, it may be hundreds and hundreds of years away, but I think we'll probably be able to do things that just I couldn't comprehend now, like things I couldn't explain with modern science to give you a comprehension or comprehend myself, but things I can imagine, concepts that I can imagine, like reversing yourself to being a fetus. I just don't know what that entails, so I can't really cover that more. But in this moment and within my lifetime, I don't know. It depends on life extension technologies, but I do believe we'll be able to reverse ourselves in terms of having a body that's basically as healthy as a 20-year-old, and cutting over this hair and all of this kind of stuff and putting it back, and basically giving ourselves a perfect body, right? So I don't think there'll be a physical limit but I'm not so sure, like I said, by regressing back to being a baby and size differences, that's a completely different thing to me, and that's too far-fetched to really comment on, so I can't say yes or no. I can say I think it's going to be possible, I think we will eventually, but I can't see that right at this moment. But I can definitely see us being able to, manipulate stem cells and kind of go back a little bit. And then the other limit is the societal limit, the permitted limit, if that makes sense. So what I mean by the permitted limit is, say I'm an 80-year-old woman or man, and I want to go back to being a 16-year-old, that's great, yeah. I'm going to be 16 again, I'm not going to look good, but then things of like worries of, I don't know, paedophiles and such are going to come in there, because as an 80-year-old man, it's both physically and, quite mentally, well, not mentally difficult, but difficult in a societal aspect to attract a 12-year-old girl to sleep with me, for example, yeah? But if I then reversed my body to appear as though I was 16, I would have a more significant chance of, illegally having sex with an underage person, yeah? This isn't what I want to do, by the way, this is just commentary. And for this reason, I think they will limit the level to which we can reverse our aging. There may be other implications, such as, say, one partner in a relationship can afford it and the other partner can't. There might be a reasonable level to which they can reverse, depending on how we see monogamy in the future and what country you're from. And there might also be things of, like I said, just with, going back to a certain age, it's like functionable in terms of visually, at least. So make you look like you're 30 but make you as healthy as you were 20, kind of thing. Just like I said, because that whole societal shift thing. I think this will eventually be cast off, but I think initially there'll only be a certain acceptable level, because it's not even just a thing of what's socially acceptable in terms of, oh, you can't become a 16-year-old, what if you're a paedophile. It's also what's confusing and what's not, because if suddenly, a bunch of 8-year-olds decide to become 20 or look 20, and everyone in their 30s just thinks, well, why would I bother fucking paying for this shit? I'll wait another 20 years. Or 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds. You're going to have a bunch of 45 and 50-year-olds looking around who look like 45 and 50-year-olds, and you're going to have a bunch of pensioners walking around looking like they're 20. Yeah, it's going to get very confusing. ID cards are going to get weird, and it depends whether it comes at a time where we have national ID cards or some kind of scanning system to confirm who people are. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to confirm that someone is who they say they are. That is such a radical change. So I believe that there will be a limit initially for both of those reasons. I think the first limit, the second limit, sorry, the issue of it being very confusing for society, and like I say, a bunch of people at different ages suddenly changing ages drastically. It's hard. It's hard. And for example, a 60-year-old becoming 20, your kids aren't going to fucking recognise you. It's quite a severe thing. So yeah, I think that's going to be the first limit, or the first reason for a limit. Sorry, the first limit that gets taken away. Because basically, it'll probably be a thing of groups of people saying this is immoral, this is wrong, and sort of regulations on it, and then people adjusting to it like they have with homosexuals and other groups and blah 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 blah. And that'll maybe take 10 to 20 years, maybe less, because the world's very very fast and becoming more rapid as time progresses. Things are happening faster. So that'll be the first thing, and that'll get lifted as we have better biometrics, ID cards, and this kind of thing. And then the second one, the limit of age, due to worries of people, molesting children, will probably come with more advanced security. So that'll be a later thing that's lifted off, or a need for us to go back that far to get analytical data on what happens when you do, so we can progress more down this line of technology, or observe other things from that kind of technology that could be applied to other technologies. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you think we'll have actual anti-aging technology or just visual anti-aging technology, and yeah, let me know if you think there'll be a limit to it or not. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you another time.